Have you ever wanted to slay, crush, burn, and explode filthy humans for their souls to infuse your squad with new powers and advance for total annihilation? Well, you can in Nemire, a brand new turn-based tactical strategy RPG that allows you to do pretty much all those things and a little bit more. Now, Nemire is a really simple, straightforward to the point type of game. You pretty much control a squad of undead. Now, the squad of undead ranges from a warrior, berserker, shadow lord type guy like an executioner, an archer, and a mage. Now, all these play into each other. They all have different abilities and they can level up and do crazy, insane damage. But everything just ties together really well in how difficult the game can be. So, before I even go on a tangent, I just have to say one thing. I'm giving away a copy of this game. So randomly on the screen, you're gonna see a code for this game. And if you want to play this type of game, if it interests you, make sure you keep an eye out throughout the whole video and maybe even at the end, and you'll get a code for this game. Shout out to the dev, and you know what, let's just get right on into this. So to start off, Nemire plays a lot like Darkest Dungeon. Basically, the mechanics of it are it's a day system. Like every day something different happens. If it's at night, you can fight humans that are drunk and they're stronger, but they're like more clumsy. They'll miss more often. But there are different subsections, and there's 4 different areas that you basically will be battling through. And the more you battle in them, the more the humans are prepared. The more they will evolve from just peasants that throw stones at you to armored up knights who are coming after you to really strike you down. And it's really important that you mix an ebb and flow with it. Like you learn how to use your proper units, like the strong units, to go against these strong enemies, and you are outnumbered. And I mean, it's like 1 to 50. It feels like you are outnumbered and sometimes you're outgunned, but believe me, your undead units are tough, they're strong, and you know what? If they're gone, they might be gone forever, unless you get some different traits. And I'll talk about the traits. The traits play in just like Darkest Dungeon. Sometimes you get like an immortality trait, sometimes you get a trait where you just do more damage, you take more damage, things like that. And again, it's an all-encompassing strategy game that ties it all together. Now the combat. I really need to just hone in on the combat because this game beat me down. This game will beat your ass. This game will toss you around like you're nothing. Okay? If you let the humans get the upper hand, they will whoop that ass. Okay? I'm not gonna hold any bars or anything. They are gonna whoop your shit. And they do not care. They will do some evasive maneuvers. They will flank you. But I will say sometimes the early enemies are not the brightest. They'll like walk through my traps and things like that. But at the end of the day, if there's a healer, they're going to be healing everyone. All right, they're going to hit you with status effects. They're going to be healing. And it's really like, how do you prioritize this? How do you fight this? I know one of the first bosses you fight pretty much is like a pope. He's like a high-ranking priest, and he heals. He has like 500 health. He's healing. He's surrounded by witch doctors who all heal. Everything's healing. So now it's like, okay, I don't know how to tackle this. I'm throwing fire at them, but they're just healing. So I really prioritize using my archer, who had a trait that allows him to poison at any moment. So pretty much the way the archer would work is I'd have him just shoot at someone or 3 different people, and they'd all take poison damage, right? The more you shoot them, the higher stack of poison, the higher amount of damage they take at the end of the turn. And this led to just dubs, and even more dubs. But I ended up losing everyone, okay? I was fighting, I think it's the second or third boss, right? And it's like this archer from Valhalla. This guy might have been, he's part of the Avengers. We were fighting Hawkeye, and he was just picking us off. He had a whole troop of archers. Archers are the meta. They have to be the meta. There's no way that they're not the meta because they start laying siege. I feel like I don't even know what was happening. I was just like, well, what's going on? I forgot where I was. It's like the lights were on, but no one was home. They were shooting at me. I didn't even know where it was coming from. And you know what? I lost. You're going to lose. And I like that. The game is like, yo, you got your shit caved in. But you know what? You had some troops left. It's okay. On to the next day. And you just keep on going. You keep on grinding. And I really appreciate that. The game is tough. There's 3 difficulties, but this game is tough as shit. Okay? It's going to whittle you down. Now, I want to talk about the graphics. I always save the graphics for last. I love pixel art. I know not everyone is a fan of pixel art, but I adore pixel art. Graphics, I love pixel art games. Really fun. It really, goes well together. It's not like, a heavy type of game that's like really like, I'm trying to run Crisis over here in 2007. I don't know what's going on. Okay. No, this game's simple and it gets the job done. The animations are sleek. It's fun. It's gruesome. You definitely feel the gruesomeness when you're like fighting the humans. And, you feel it when your guys die. You see literally their souls burst into just nothingness. You lose them. But when you kill a human, you gain their soul. You literally see it happening. And I just really enjoy this game. Truthfully, I genuinely enjoyed it. I played for, several hours, and it was honestly just an all-around good time. It was hard, and it's definitely one I'm going to go back to and continue to play, like, just passively, since it definitely feels like a really, like, passive and, like, fun game like that. But that's all I have for my quick little review. Check the game out. It's literally like $6 or like $7 or something. And if you need a copy, just like let me know. I'll literally just I'll buy you a copy. Okay, I'm not everyone a copy, but I'm giving a key away today, and I want to give back to the community. I want to give back to these indie devs. I'm always trying to do that. All right. So if you guys like the video, make sure you guys like, subscribe. Do you guys do best? I'm Big Al. I'd even say that in the beginning. I'm not saying it anymore. You know why you're here. All right. And if you got recommended on the feed, welcome in. I'm crazy. So hopefully you guys won the code. I don't know, but I'll see you guys down in the comments below. Let me know. I always interact. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.